Sam Hauser, the name that stabilizes Boston spacing, the shooter who forces defenses to panic with every catch. And now, only weeks after signing the first season of a 4-year contract worth $45 million, reports are building on something that sounded impossible. A potential exit. A proposed trade that flips Hauser for frontcourt reinforcements. Tonight we dive into what is real, what is speculation, and what could shake the core of the Celtics' identity. Before we continue, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel and click the hype button so this news reaches every Celtics fan. The idea is gaining volume. Bleacher Report listed a scenario sending Hauser to the Denver Nuggets in exchange for Darren Holmes II, Zeke Naji, and a first-round pick in the year 2030, top 3 protected. On paper, the move is designed to help the Celtics fix the most sensitive area on the roster, the frontcourt depth. Boston has experimented with low-cost pieces this summer, trusting young and proven talents such as Josh Minott and Luka Garza, and surprisingly both are showing that they belong in the NBA rotation. The financial side matters too. The Celtics remain above the luxury tax line, and moving Hauser could help the team breathe financially while adding size and physicality under the rim. It sounds logical, it sounds strategic, but logic is not everything in the NBA. Because Hauser is not just another shooter. He is one of the best movement threats in the entire league, capable of punishing closeouts, driving mid-range, getting to the rack, and defending far better than he gets credit for. Yet the timing of the rumor is no coincidence. Hauser is going through a cold stretch. 6 games averaging only 16.1% from deep, and even worse inside the arc. 6 games is a tiny sample, but the league has a short memory. If the slump continues, his trade value could sink, but if he bounces back, Boston might never consider moving him. This is where the emotional weight hits. Because the Celtics are a 3-point heavy team under Joe Mazzulla. Removing one of the best shooters in a system built around shooting would be a massive identity shift. And here lies the burning question. Are the Celtics really willing to gamble with their spacing to get more power inside? Would Brad Stevens sacrifice one of the most efficient cost-controlled assets for size and rebounding? Or is this the calm before a bigger move? Because if Boston sacrifices Hauser now, and the frontcourt upgrade fails to change the trajectory, could this trade be remembered as the moment the Celtics weakened their fear factor? Could this be the start of a collapse in floor spacing when the playoffs arrive? Or will we look back and say this was the turning point that brought a championship? Which outcome are we moving toward right now? Nick Claxton. The name that is starting to circle inside Boston conversations with a level of urgency that cannot be ignored. The Celtics need rebounding, the Celtics need rim protection, and since the departures of Kristaps Porzingis, Al Horford and Luke Kornet during the summer to reduce costs and avoid the second luxury tax apron, the team has paid the price on the defensive glass. Ranking 25th in the league in defensive rebounds is not acceptable for a franchise that wants another championship. And now, the possibility of bringing in Claxton is gaining momentum and pressure. Before we go deeper, remember to like, subscribe and click the hype button so this topic reaches every Celtics fan who needs to hear it. The logic behind the move is strong. Neemias Queta is playing his heart out in the starting lineup, but everyone can see that his ideal role is leading the second unit. Claxton, at only 26 years old, is in the second season of a 4-year contract worth $97 million, and the deal becomes cheaper each season, projecting to take around 12% of the salary cap in the year 2027 to 2028. In a league where financial flexibility dictates who truly competes, that type of contract is gold. On the court, he is exactly what Boston does not have right now. A rim runner, a lob threat, a defender who can switch and still protect the paint, a rebounder who brings stability and tempo control. If the Celtics control the glass, they push the pace, and when they push the pace, they become almost impossible to guard. There is also the hidden upside. Claxton could develop into a short-role playmaker, something Boston has not seen since Luke Kornet left for the San Antonio Spurs in free agency. His production this season only strengthens the argument. 11 games played, 15.2 points per game, 7.1 rebounds, 3.7 assists, over 61% from the field. Brooklyn is struggling, winning only one of its first 11 games. And with Anthony Simons on an expiring contract and a first-round pick in the year 2027, top 5 protected, there is enough to tempt the Nets. This is the type of negotiation Brad Stevens specializes in. Identifying the moment when another franchise begins to feel the pressure, then striking. The question is no longer whether Claxton fits the Celtics. The question is whether Boston is ready to act before another contender jumps in. If the Celtics hesitate and their biggest weakness remains unresolved, will they look back and regret not moving fast enough? Or are we on the edge of seeing that one decisive move that could transform the team into the ultimate playoff force? Are we about to witness Nick Claxton in green, or will Boston let its best chance to fix the frontcourt slip away right in front of us? Lauri Markkanen, the name that is starting to shake the conversation around the Boston Celtics at a level that demands attention. A 7-foot scorer who averages over 30 points per game, who can hit from deep, attack off the dribble, and finish inside the paint. And now, insiders are suggesting that he could be the ideal replacement for Kristaps Porzingis, a move that would completely reshape the future of the franchise. This rumor is not coming from small sources. It is gaining volume and relevance as the trade deadline of February the 5th approaches, and the Celtics front office faces the most defining choice of the season. Right now, Boston sits in a complicated position. They can be buyers, they can be sellers, or they can stand still and hope internal development will be enough. The truth is that this roster is talented but has clear structural flaws. The idea of adding Markkanen becomes extremely attractive because he answers those flaws at once. Size, 3-level scoring, versatility, and the ability to play alongside Jason Tatum in a pick-and-roll or pick-and-pop formation that no defense in the league would feel comfortable guarding. Sports Illustrated reporter Chris Mannix made it clear during his appearance on the Garden Report. He believes the Celtics must be aggressive and target a player who makes sense now and in the next seasons. And he mentioned Lauri Markkanen without hesitation. However, this is where the story becomes intense. Markkanen is not a cheap acquisition. He is in the first year of a 4-year contract worth $195,800,000. He is the star of the Utah Jazz, and everyone knows that Danny Ainge will not give him away. A conversation likely begins with a package centered around Jaylen Brown. That is the type of price tag we are talking about. Because an offer based on Anthony Simon's expiring deal and filler contracts would never draw Utah to the negotiating table. If Boston wants Markkanen, they will need to push in an all-in direction. And this is where the suspense becomes unavoidable. Markkanen is averaging 30.4 points, 6.6 rebounds, and 2 assists in 8 games this season, shooting over 46% from the field. He is not just a star. He is a franchise-defining talent. The type of player who could be the missing piece that pushes this team into a new championship window. But what will Brad Stevens choose? Will he risk the current chemistry and sacrifice a core piece in pursuit of the ultimate upgrade? Or will he step back out of fear of overpaying and let another contender step forward first? Could the Celtics really afford to watch Lauri Markkanen land somewhere else and wonder if that was the moment they lost control of the future? Tell me in the comments, and before you go, make sure to like, subscribe, and click the hype button so you do not miss the next update on this saga.